the game and overall, just like in the grand scheme of the season, where's this game and where San Diego Wave is in the progress of the season and the project?
Yeah, I think starting with the game, I think Gotham is a strong opponent. I think they have a really strong squad, and you see that with the team that they're putting out there today as well. They have some really high quality, very experienced players on the top level of the game. I mean, that's the challenge we want to have as well to play against. But first of all, credit to them and the team that they have put together. In the game, I think it's a quite even game, especially first half. It's both teams that are doing their thing, and there's not a lot of opportunities. Of course, it's very tough for us to go to half time with losing 1-0, conceding a goal in both in the manner that we do it, but also so close to the half time whistle. I think we start the second half in a positive way. I do think that after the second goal, fortunately we lose a little bit of the structure and the patience, and you can see here that we're a team that wants a lot, but we also start to be at that moment. What's the right word to be? We really want to make a change, but maybe it is a little bit more one by one than the team, and again, that's quite transitional. So where does that leave us where we are with the season? We're obviously in a period where we have a really hard time scoring a goal, which is tough, and we need to continue to work with that. At the moment, we're not keeping clean sheets either. It doesn't mean that everything we do here now is bad. There are good spells in the game. There are good things in the games as well, but the details that we need at the moment to win matches is not there. And to be honest, it's a really important moment for us as a team, because adversity will happen to people or to team at various points, and everything about now is how we respond. Is how we respond as individuals and as a group going forward. And that tells you everything what you're about as a person. And it's the difference between personality and character. Because personality is what you say you want to be. And character, it is who you really are. And football or soccer, depending on what you want to say, will always reveal your character. And now it will reveal our character as a team over here. And that's the moment that we're in. And we need to face that moment. We need to understand it's an important moment to go through. And if we do that, and it's not easy, but if we do that the right way, we will grow as a group. We come out stronger on the other end of it.
Good message. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Jonas. So after the last match, you mentioned that on that specific match, there were a lot of mistakes made that needed to be improved. Can you tell us what you saw that the team improved from that game to this game?
I think in general, yeah, I think we can see that the way the team works together in defense was better today. Was it perfect? No, we still need to improve, but it was definitely a step in the right direction. But like I said, if you coming down to some details, and it is like that in this sport. You make a mistake, you get punished, and we need to work very hard at the moment, because we don't get the margins on the offensive side, and we get the margins against us on the defensive side. But then we just have to work even harder to create better situations.
Yeah,
I coach, it's not to appointing any player, some of the mistakes, because today they opened the score with a mistake. You were controlling the game, but sometimes it's harder to recover it from one mistake than from a bad result. What's the message for the players in general? to recover mentally to the next phase of the season.
But I think you're right in what you're saying, but if you play this game, inevitably it is so that there will also be mistakes. At the highest level, there will also be mistakes. And as I said before, it's the same when a team go through an adverse point, is to say, how do you react when you make a mistake? That's what defines you. How do we react as a group when an individual makes a mistake? Of course, we need to learn from it. It's not, that's what I'm saying, but we also need to show that character on how we go forward, how we're thinking about next action. And that's the important thing, because we win together, we lose together, and that goes with the mistakes. There's no individuals that are losing games to us. We lose as a team, we win as a team.
Did you have a question? Yeah.
Sure. Would you mind giving us a new sign and the speed that people was really choosing 4-2-3 position, rather than something like 4-3-3 or 4-4-2?
Yeah, if I'm trying to not come across as snobby tactical wise, but it's sort of being as like, in what phase are you asking about? Like,
Because the several parts, you're repeating like this information, we just want something to say why that information is that's it.
yeah, I think, to be honest, I think you see in build up, we build up in many different formations, and we're trying to utilize our players' strengths, and we're trying to find a free player, and it is of course like that. But to be honest, if you look through the season, we used a lot of different formations to play. At the end of the day, the formation doesn't mean so much, because it's something that we put on a tactic board, and after that we play a dynamic game where that formation is always influenced by the opponent. But you can see at the end of, for example, the Houston game, we play in a 4-4-2 at one point, and after that we play in a 3-4-3 at the end of the Bay game, for example. So it's not like we're rigid in always playing the same formation, but it is about to strike a balance between how do we get the best out of our individual players, and also how are we making sure that we are creating consistency for their decision making, because we have to understand that if we constantly change what's things around them, then it becomes really hard for them also to see what decisions and situations that we are looking for. And that's where we're at as a team, but we need to create some consistency. We need to build relations with new players as well. So yeah, I don't know if that was answering the question or not.
Thank you.
We'll do maybe two more here and then Abraham to wrap it up.
Right, and how important do you feel are the small breaks within the game for you to be able to communicate with the players to adapt the structure that have been planned? And just a follow-up, when you say about the personalities and the character, what would you say is the character right now of San Diego?
As I said, with the character, I think this is all part of like it's revealing. We're in the test together here now to be how we are responding to the situations. And what I can see with the players is that they constantly try to learn, they're constantly trying to do their best. And that's a really, really good starting point. Now we just need to be able to understand and push each other even harder to come to that point where we're making performances good enough to start winning games again. And I mean, the breaks in the game, yes, there are obviously dear as a moment to speak, but also being like that. This is what I was saying with formation. It's so important that you play in a consistent way. So we also have the fluid solutions in our game when we are playing. This game is not American football where it's it should be stopped in 3 minutes and speak about situations. No, it's a fluid game. The game should be fluid. I don't think it's normal when it's long stoppages in the game. It's a fluid game.
And the character of the wave. The
Yeah.
second question.
Or the character of the wave. Yeah, I think I answered it in the wrong order. As I said there with the players, I sense that they are ready to take on this test. So am I. So is the rest of the staff. We're attacking this with energy. We're gonna go through this. We're gonna go through it together with the club, with the fans. Of course, but there is a lot of hard work that we need to do to come out on the other side. But if we do it, we come out for the better.
Love that. Why do you double down? Okay, Abraham, last one.
Delphine's been one of the more important players, especially on that front line. Was her substitution kind of precautionary? What do you think of her performance and how it's developed over the season?
Like you said, I think when Delphine has been good, I think we've been very good as a team. There is no doubt that we're at times relied very heavily on her. And getting in a player like Dudinia that I think plays very well today for us, is of course a way of trying to also structure the roster where we can add more offensive threats that not everything has to go through Delphine. Now she had to come off for medical reasons today, but I don't have any more information on that, or that she couldn't continue.
Cool, all right.